define ourselves by who we include, not who we exclude. And that's what we mean when we think about the VL mission, bringing that broad spectrum of Arizonans together to work in collaboration with each other so that we do see some movement on those most pressing issues facing Arizona. ASU is one great partner, not only in this program, but in all sorts of other things that VL works on across our Impact Maker. So we're very excited to be able to offer this kind of program where we get more of that mixture. We also know that there's tons of overlap of ASU Sun Devil alumni that are in the VL network. And so this one made a lot of sense. And when we think about how we both share that same philosophy around leadership, let's cross-pollinate as much as we can. So one more slide here. As I talked about that value system of value leadership being action, ASU's programs reflect that as well. We want to see something done on these most pressing issues. The way ASU activates that across all sorts of disciplines is evident in everything you see happening in Tempe, but really how you see all across discipline activity and action happening by ASU, not just with W.P. Carey, but across all of their different schools. And again, that very much aligns with us. Lastly, we have our principles of doing, which you all know, and all towards that better, bolder future for Arizona. So again, as a Wildcat, seeing ASU grow over the last 20 years, very intentional around what is accrued back to communities in Arizona. It's very much what VL's principles of doing are about. How can we put Arizona first? How do we activate leaders in different ways to give back and participate in ways that we can see our most pressing issues handled and solved? It just made perfect sense to be a part of this program. So we're excited. We had a couple people go through it last year that are in school now in the executive MBA program, I believe, and excited for this partnership. Again, not just as something we can offer via alum, but really how there is that deep alignment with what ASU stands for and what Valley Leadership stands for. Don't put this hat on lightly in all seriousness, but I'm in some ways proud to put it on, knowing of all the ways we align with ASU. So with that, we'll walk through just a couple more slides, and Raquel can talk to you a little bit more about, yeah, sorry, I got to click through the little highlights there. And Raquel will talk to you a little bit more about what the program looks like and how you might want to pursue it. So Raquel, I will hand it off to you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Dave. It's always good learning more about Valley leadership. I wasn't able to attend the last information session. So happy that I got to get this rundown too. But hi, you guys. My name is Raquel Harris, and I'm the coordinator for corporate outreach and community engagement here at the W.P. Carey School of Business. And I'm specifically housed within the graduate programs office. And also apologies if it looks like I'm not looking at you guys. I have a new desk setup. We just moved, and so I'm looking at my big screen instead of my little ones. So that's why. But I promise you guys are on my main monitor display, and I am looking at y'all. But we're going to go into our agenda to talk about more about the Graduate Academic Partnership and the benefits that you guys get from this partnership being a part of the VL community. So first going to kick it off with what is the partnership? Going to go over the benefits that are related to our graduate programs. And then we're also going to dive into ASU and W.P. Carey, just our reputation and more about our schools. So you can kind of get to know about the school where the program is housed within. We're going to do a very brief overview of the programs that are offered and eligible with the partnership. And then we'll hit next steps if you are interested in pursuing this or you're just interested in hearing more about a graduate program, questions, things like that. And then we'll wrap it up with anything else that we didn't hit or any other questions that you may have. So let's first jump into the Graduate Academic Partnership. So since Dave was so kind to work with us and come to agreement to really start this academic partnership and be able to offer these benefits to everybody, that means you guys get these benefits when it comes strictly to our W.P. Carey graduate programs. So I know sometimes you've had some confusion in the past where people ask if this works for other degrees, but this is strictly for our business school graduate degrees. So since you're a Valley Leadership community, you guys get an application fee waiver. So that's anywhere from $75 to $115 in value. And you guys get that whole application fee waived. And then second is the personalized admissions coaching. At W.P. Carey, we really take to heart our slogan is business is personal. And that means a lot to us and it also means a lot of different things. But specifically for the academic partnership, it really comes down to personalized admissions coaching. We have a dedicated financial services team just with our graduate programs office. And you also have a program manager too. And everything for us, business is personal at the graduate programs office. It means everything is smaller in terms of smaller class sizes, in terms of we have our own departments to help everybody. So you really get a personalized approach when it comes to every step of your program, and even before the program starts when it comes to recruiting too. And lastly, it's everyone's favorite part, the academic partner scholarships. So these range in terms of how much your program costs. It's relative to that program, that estimated cost. So it's anywhere from $2,000 to $15,000. And it's not something else that you guys have to apply for. If you are admitted into one of these eligible graduate programs, then you automatically get the scholarship. So it's nice how it's not something that's up in the air. It's a guaranteed thing that y'all get just for being a part of the Valley Leadership community. And so obviously that's everyone's favorite part is the scholarship, you know? So we're very happy to offer that and kind of take a little bit of the financial burden, kind of make it lighter off your shoulders, not feel as heavy. And so let's go into Arizona State University. I feel like we take it for granted living down here. I'm from Southern California, so when I came to ASU, I was just blown away by the size of it and how big it is and how it's everywhere. But now living here for 7 years, I totally get how we could all just take it for granted being Arizona residents. We all are Arizona residents, right? Okay, cool. So definitely could see how we could take it for granted. But in 2014, towards the end of it, President Crow came and took over as being the president of ASU, and he enacted this charter, a new charter that kind of sets the boundaries for where he sees Arizona State University going. And it's the whole we're defined by who we include, not who we exclude, and really just set out this whole new mission for Arizona State University. And we just recently celebrated our 10-year anniversary of enacting that charter. And our charter really compels us to be both academically excellent and really promoting an inclusive learning environment to all qualified students. And this is really reflected by how many people are feel compelled and relate to our charter. And it shows just by the sheer number of people who choose to come to ASU and who find that sense of community and values here. So they really resonate with what we stand for here at ASU, both students, families, and scholars around the globe. We have a big global reputation. So we always see it around buses, number one in innovation, sustainability, global impact. But once you really start to come here and be a part of these programs, you really understand how that comes into your programs. And I'll talk about that on the next slide and how these number ones and all these rankings, you'll really see that impacted with your program. Second is we're also top 10 for in the US, top 10 in the world for US patents. We're a big research university, so our faculty and professors are at the top of their game and the top of their respected industries. And then lastly, with US News and World Report, we have some of the top business programs for 2025, and we are always very proud of that. And you'll see some more of those numbers on the next slide as well as we talk about W.P. Carey. So here you can see that we are number 3 for online graduate business programs. We are very, very proud of that. We're also very proud to be number 4 for online MBA for veterans. We have been really taking a big initiative here at Arizona State University to help our veterans. And also we have been number 3 and ranked in the top 10 for a supply chain degree for the last 10 plus years. So we're very proud of that. As you see on buses all the time, ASU number 1 in innovation, but what does that really mean? Well, to us at ASU, it means a lot of different things, but mostly it means a lot to us. And how we take that personally at W.P. Carey is that we really drive that number 1 in innovation. We drive that core value into our programs. So at W.P. Carey, we're known for innovative curriculum and outcomes. We start by offering those smaller class sizes to help facilitate networking and faculty, networking with your faculty and peers with our graduate programs, you'll really see that your faculty really truly care and want to make an impact, and your peers are right there beside you, helping, cheering you on, and just lifting everyone up together. But the innovation part really comes into our curriculum. Since our faculty are world renowned, they are constantly at the forefront of making sure that our curriculum is teaching the newest trends, just like how we are the first business school to launch a degree in AI. So I just think that goes to show that we really are taking innovation very, very seriously. And we're actually now offering that AI degree as an online master's degree. And so we'll get into that a little later. But that is super exciting. I saw Melissa look up when she heard that. So I hope that sparks some interest there. But let's move on to talking about our MBAs. So at W.P. Carey, we like to say that our MBA enables transformation. Our MBA specifically at W.P. Carey, we really strive to deliver a transformative curriculum and experience where it shapes our students into leaders who can do, build, and catalyze. And we really do this by having our curriculum give students a 360-degree view of business. So and that's the whole point of MBA. You want to be at that manager level. You want to be in that leadership position to where you're getting kind of a breadth of knowledge within all these different aspects of business, not necessarily a deep dive like how our specialized master's degrees are. And with our MBAs, you can still choose a concentration to get a little bit more developed skills in one certain area if you choose to. But we are very proud of our MBA degrees here. And let's talk about the different modalities of the MBA degrees that you have with the partnership. And all the degrees we talk about today are going to be geared towards our working professionals. So they're all going to be considered part-time programs. So they're really made for people who are working a full-time job to also be able to do this program. So first off is our executive MBA, and this is really designed for our senior leaders within a company. So ideally people in the executive MBA program have been in a manager position for at least 5 years, and we see up to 10 years. So maybe it's you want to make the jump to C-suite at a company. The executive MBA would definitely be for you. We have CEOs and high up managers from a variety of different companies that come do our executive MBA program. And it's mainly online, but 1 weekend a month, and a weekend to us at WPC is a Friday, Saturday. You come into campus and then you take classes Friday and Saturday, and then you can go home Sunday. And then we pay for your hotel stay and whatnot, but it is a great program if you're really trying to make that jump into C-suite. The rest of it is going to be kind of synchronous and asynchronous for online classes, and then you come into campus that once a month. And then we're going to have our online and evening MBA. This is the same curriculum, but just delivered in 2 different modalities. So for evening MBA, you come to class 1 to 2 times a week. You can choose if you want to come in to class Tuesday from 6 to 10 p.m., Thursday 6 to 10 p.m., or maybe you want to come Tuesday and Thursday 2 hours at a time, and then Tuesday and Thursday at the later 2 hour time. So either way, you're spending 4 hours on campus a week if you do the evening MBA program. But you get all these different options for making it more flexible for how you guys choose your schedule to be. And then for the online MBA, it's our most flexible option. Obviously, it's all online, it's completely asynchronous. You do still have a lot of teamwork. All of our MBAs, you're going to be working in teams a lot. And I know you might be thinking, I hate group projects. I've never had a great experience with them, but it is very different here at WP Carey. Everyone is definitely held accountable. And we rarely hear about bad incidents happening with our team focused projects when it comes to our graduate degrees. And so you can see the estimated costs are there for our online and evening MBA. Our scholarship is $10,000. And for our estimated costs, we like to really emphasize the estimated part, guys. We have no way of telling what the actual tuition is going to cost until it comes down to about a few weeks before the program. And that's just because the Arizona Board of Regents. So this is based on our previous academic year. So expected to change a little, but the scholarship will be $10,000 for online and evening MBA, and our executive MBA scholarship is going to be $15,000. Do we have any questions on the MBA so far? All right, cool. So let's move into our specialized master's programs then. So we touched on how the MBAs are really for an overall 360-degree view of business. And so our specialized master's degrees, these are really designed to deepen your knowledge within a certain area within business. So you kind of want to be that manager of that respected department within your company. So these specific areas of business that we have the degrees in are going to be business analytics, information systems management, supply chain, accounting, marketing. We'll see all these pop up on the next few slides, but it's really developed to deepen your skill set in one specific area and really learn how to leadership skills for a specific department. And we'll dive into that when we talk about the differences between MSBA and MSISM, which is Information Systems Management, because that's always a big question that we get. So for our specialized master's degree for data specific programs, we have our Master's of Science in Business Analytics. This is going to be about 16 months. It's 100% asynchronous online. And our specialized master's degrees mainly have $5,000 scholarships, except one, and then we'll touch on that in the next slide. So it's 100% asynchronous. You do still have team building projects. Our our MSBA faculty, they are truly so great. The professors are so amazing and they love teaching these database programs. You will feel it in the classes that you can just feel their excitement for the programs and for the courses that they're teaching. And I think it makes it so fun. Next is going to be our Master's of Science in Information Systems Management. This one is really if you want to become a leader in IT. So we basically get a lot of questions on the difference between MSBA and MSISM. MSBA is if you want to really dive deep into data and you want to learn all the things when it comes to enhancing your skills in coding and data reporting, data visualization. And MSISM is if you want to be a manager for an IT department. You're kind of getting a breadth of knowledge within all the different data aspects within an IT department. And lastly, we're going to have our newest degree, our online Master's of Science in Artificial Intelligence in Business. So our first cohort for this degree is launching, actually just launched this term, so just about a week ago. So we're very excited to take our in-person program and launch a working professional version of this degree. We're very excited. It's also very popular. And so just goes to show we're really striving to constantly have an innovative curriculum. And we're proud to be like that first business university to come out with an AI degree. It's going to be 16 months for the completion time. And then it also is going to have 100% asynchronous format. All right. And also, but since Valley Leadership, you guys were a partner with us from early on. For MSISM, it's a $10,000 scholarship, and our partners now don't get that much anymore. So, Valley Leadership, because Dave and Paige were on it with this partnership, you guys got grandfathered in the original amount. So, win-win. So next up, let's just talk about our more industry-specific master's degrees. Are either of y'all interested in, are you guys more interested in MBAs or more specialized masters? Or just kind of want a sample of everything to hear about?
For me, a sample of everything.
Okay, cool. And Isabel, is that how you feel too? Just kind of want to hear about everything? Okay, awesome.
That's correct.
So,
Thank you.
yeah. So for our Masters of Accountancy and Data Analytics, this program is also online and it's more of a synchronous format. So sometimes you'll be logged on to like a Zoom class, and other times you're going to be fully remote. I mean, fully asynchronous to where it's completely on your own. And then for the accountancy degree, if you do not have a background in accounting, then you will have to do what we call a boot camp. And it's basically a certificate program in a way to where you kind of build up the prereqs, things that you would have learned in like an undergrad in accounting. You would build up those classes. So then you meet all the prereqs to go into this accountancy degree. And then our recruiter can touch more on that MAC boot camp and talk more about that with y'all. But depending how you want to do the accountancy, you could either take 1 year or 2 years. If you do it 2 years, you're definitely going to have a more spread out curriculum. Your courses will be literally half as many courses that you'd be at a time that you're taking compared to the 1 year. So it's nice how you have a fast track option, but then you also have an option if you kind of want to stretch it out and like take your time with a degree. Next is our online MS in marketing. We also just launched this one. We've had it as an in-person degree last year. I think it was last semester was the first time launching it, but now the first time that we're going to have this for an online degree will be fall 2025. So we're super excited about that. The estimated cost is around $35,000, and that's going to be a $5,000 scholarship. It's about a 14-month completion time. We already have, I would say, like already a handful of applications for this degree, which is kind of crazy because our fall applications just opened up and we already have a handful of people applying for a program that will be our first time launching. So I think a lot of people have been eagerly waiting for us to launch a online master's in marketing. And lastly is our Master's of Science in Supply Chain Management. You'll notice this scholarship is a little less compared to the others. That's because you will, bye Dave, have a great rest of your day. That's because you will do a certificate course. This is going to sound confusing. I was very confused by it for a while. You will do a certificate course in foundations and supply chain management. And doing this certificate covers basically the first semester of classes that you would have taken in the master's class, in the master's degree program. But doing it as a certificate makes it to where you don't have to pay ASU tuition. So you're saving like a couple $1,000s doing the certificate first. And we used to have it as an option where you could choose either start the program or do the certificate. But then we thought that was just too confusing and we just exited out just 86 those few courses that you would take first in the master's program and strictly moved it to where people could only do the certificate option. That way we're making sure that people are saving like a couple $1,000s before starting your program. So you do the certificate program, which the scholarship does not apply towards. You do the certificate program, it gets you 3 courses, and those 9 credits from those 3 courses transfer directly into your graduate degree program. So very nice. And then after those courses, it's 12-month completion time altogether. And it's also 100% asynchronous. So if you want to kind of make a pivot into supply chain, this is a great way to do it. And then if any of these kind of tickled your fancy and you want to hear more about it, definitely feel free to reach out to our team. We have a lot of recruiters who really enjoy connecting with everyone and talking and going over any questions anyone has. We also have events. If you're in town, you're close to Tempe campus, we have an event tonight. It's our MBA preview night. It's kind of like an open house with our MBA recruiters. And we'll be talking more in depth on our online evening and executive MBA programs. So if you want to swing by, talk to a recruiter. And then we also have some alumni and current students speak at those events too, which are always really cool to hear from them. Then feel free, it starts at 5:30 and it's at the McCord Hall building at the Tempe campus. If you want to hear more about that, the details, I'll put my email in the chat and then you could always email me too if you are interested in swinging by. Let me put that in right now. If I could spell my name right. And then we also have other events. If you look at W.P. Carey School of Business events, you could always see all of our events that we have going on too. And then lastly, if you do want to apply for a program and you already know that you're interested and you want to be connected with me further or with one of our recruiters even further, you can scan the QR code at the bottom. That is for the self-identification form, which basically makes it to where you're saying, I am a Valley Leadership, I am a part of the Valley Leadership community. I'm interested and I would want an application fee waiver for a program that I want to apply to. This also flags you in our system as a part of the Valley Leadership community. And so, and I will also put the link in for that as well. I have it right here. And then if anyone wants to apply, they're more than welcome to do that. And so that self-identification form link is now in the chat and just gives us a heads up in the system that you're verifying yourself as BL community and that we need to be in communications to give you an application fee waiver. And then I've been talking about our team and our recruiters. This is who you're going to connect with. So we have all of our amazing recruiters and their beautiful faces here on the screen. You can see like the programs that they work with. And I would say about 3 or 4 of them will be at our event that we have tonight going on at this business school. But they all look friendly, right? We're all eager to talk to you guys, even if you're still pondering or you're just thinking, I don't really know what program I want to do. I don't know. I'm pondering on which one's better for me. They are experts in all of our programs, so they can help you figure out based on where you're at in your career, where you want to go, pros and cons. They're very realistic. And we truly would want to help you if you are interested in a grad degree. We want to help you make sure you're doing the right one that's best for you. So we're more than happy to talk to anyone. But yeah, that's all I got for you guys today. We shortened our presentation compared to the last one because we didn't want to take up too much of y'all's time. But are there any questions off the bat?
I have a quick question. It's Melissa. Actually, maybe 2. Is the total cost and then the cost or the scholarship, is that the total cost is the total cost and the scholarship then comes off that?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And then with the certificate program for the supply chain management, where does that go through? Who and what is that cost typically?
Yeah. So that is let me find the cost because I have it right up here. For the supply chain certificate, last time I was presented on the cost, it was $1,650, so $1,650, and that is provided by our executive education team, who's kind of
Oh.
like a sister branch to our graduate programs office. We're housed right next to them. So the executive education
Oh.
team, they specialize in offering these certificates. So they work with the same faculty that teaches the supply chain courses, and they just teach the same exact courses that are in our supply chain classes. They just teach them in a certificate format.
Got it.
And so it makes it to where you guys are it's basically doing the same classes, but only having to pay for W.P. Carey program fees and tuition. One thing I always tell people to really understand the cost when you're looking at cost breakdowns for colleges is that for our programs, there's 2 sides of tuition. You have your ASU tuition, and then you have your W.P. Carey like program tuition and fees. And so by doing the certificate option, we're basically taking like the ASU entity like tuition like out of it. And you're only having to pay like the W.P. Carey tuition and fees basically. So that's why we have the certificate. Because you're basically getting a whole semester with only having to pay like half the amount of fees.
Got it. Thank you.
Yeah. So it's 3 courses and it all transfers over as 9 credits, and it's 1 class at a time for 5 weeks. So 1 5-week class at a time. So it's 15 weeks altogether.
Got it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And then also if you decide, I think I'm good to just stop at the certificate, like you're just kind of like, I think that's good enough for me. You don't have to continue with the degree program with the Masters of Science in Supply Chain Management. But you do have those 9 credits you're able to transfer over to a degree program for 2 years. So after 2 years, those 9 credits kind of expire in terms of transferring them to a degree. But that certificate will obviously it will never expire. You earn that certificate, you will always have that. But if you just wanted a taste in supply chain, you could also just do the certificate portion. So yeah,
Thank you.
yeah, no problem. And then Isabel, do you have any questions at all about any of the modalities or estimated cost or anything like that?
No, no questions. Thank you.
Yeah, no worries. Well, I
Oh.
guess that's all the questions we have then.
Thank you, ladies, for your
Good.
time.
Yeah. Thank you for
Appreciate it.
sharing this, opportunity. Thanks.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no
thank you,
problem.
Raquel, and we appreciate you jumping on.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for having us, or me. Normally Brandy's here since she's so used to saying us, but thanks for having me and thanks for taking time out of your guys' day to pop in and hear about the partnership and the benefits and all of that. But have a great rest of your Thursday.
Thank
And
you.
yeah, no problem at all. But
You
we'll
too,
talk to you guys
ladies.
later then.
Have a good day. Bye-bye.
Thanks. Bye.